Hi everyone, today I'm doing the same thing that I've done from several videos to now, but today I want to do it properly. I know there is not any professional level here. I don't have uh, any tools to measure the thing that I said, that harmonics, distortions on the power. So here I have two multimeters, as you can see, and I don't want to try it again with chargers or things that have capacitor inside or can create that higher level harmonics. So I will try just with this transformer or a smaller one, for I don't want to blow the subwoofer. Firstly, I want to measure again the frequency with this multimeter to see what's happening and what frequency I get. Okay, this is the frequency this thing is indicating. And I don't like it. It's not better. And let's see, I have the right voltage, so I want to test with this one. From what I know, this multimeter is a bit sensible, actually. Oh, sorry, not sensible, it's sensitive. Okay, it's more sensitive, and it have a low noise, something like this, noise filter on it, and I don't use it in the last video, but I want to see on this one, where is the frequency? Okay, here is the frequency. I want to see on this one how is going on. Okay, this one indicates stable frequency here. So probably here is this multimeter fault, or it's too sensitive. So I will try. Okay, here I have some other operating modes for it. It have here percentage, and I don't know for what is it. Okay, and it have frequency LPF is just for here AC hertz. Okay, here on that filter. For it now, it is using this filter from here. It have that stable frequency, but that things says to me, this multimeter shows me that I have some distortion on the actual sine wave. For if there I get that stable frequency just with a filter, that means to me without this filter I'm getting some noise on the face. Probably this one have a built-in filter or something, but or it can't be that sensitive. I'm not sure, but this thing have a filter and I can use it. And here it's AC LPF filter. I think it's a filter. Let me know. Give me some seconds to inform me, right? Okay, as I said, it's a low pass filter and it filters that harmonics distortion and high frequency noise. And yeah, basically, if I'm using it in this way, it is measuring the current, the actual current, with all distortions and all harmonics, and here shows me a frequency that results from that distortion. But if I'm putting it here with this LPF, I'm getting that correct sine wave frequency as this is going. So basically, I'm getting a base frequency of 50 hertz, a stable 50 hertz. But the main thing is that I'm getting a lot of distortion on this sine wave. Probably it's not a problem for the base thing is 50 hertz pure sine wave, either on my inverter or grid power, and the inverter it's making almost the same buzzing noise, probably the same harmonics that the grid power do, so it don't represent a problem or anything. For the most electronics have a filter inside for these harmonics, so yeah, basically here it measures the pure frequency with a very sensitive in a very sensitive way, and here it have a filter for these distortions. Okay, now what I want to do is to measure this thing through my subwoofer. I want to see if I'm getting the same noise level like LPF and without LPF on this multimeter. For this one don't help me a lot, for I measured it, and yeah. And by the way, in the last video I used this transformer as filter, so yeah. But I want to actually try what I said in the first place, to make a chart on this thing and to see if the sound is more likely to be clear or with some things like a charger. For I know that chargers and things have some electronics inside that generates some distortion, but the signal from my audio amplifier is the most likely pure one without any distortion on it. So yeah, but it's not that efficient to get that current. So I want to measure in the first place, like I said, this thing, but without any LPF filter. Firstly, I want to measure the voltage through this thing to see if there is some noise. So let's see. Almost no noise. My gosh, I love the noise when I switch to frequency mode. Okay, but on this multimeter the actual noise is not a big deal. So I'll try to make the less noise I can. I'm not sure if you can hear something. Okay, on measurement with that filter, the sound, the noise it creates is almost zero. So basically here is the problem, I think. But now I want to measure this thing, the same thing, in the same way, but with the other multimeter. Okay, now I will plug it here, I will turn it on, and I hope I will don't blow anything. So let's see. Okay, it's the same thing. So basically this thing have inside that LPF, that low pass filter, like the other one have, for it's not making any buzzing noise. So when I'm measuring the frequency directly here on the frequency tab, it makes some noise, which means it consumes a little much power. But on LPF it don't consume that much power, and it indicates to me the pure sine wave actual frequency. So the main thing is that I want to test with a transformer, as I said. Okay, now I don't know why, but I feel like I need to, actually it's better if I redo all the videos that I've done with this shit in a better way. But I hope you will like them how they are, without anything added or removed from the videos, just raw videos, like I like. Okay, now I want to measure how much power did this transformer will use if I'm shorting the output. Okay, something like 3 amps, and spark goes to my pants and it caused some smoke. So basically it don't draw that much power, but my inverter can't hold it. So yeah, I want to see what happens on the subwoofer and how it will sound like in this way. Sometimes I really want to measure the voltage drop on the things I'll do. Okay, now have more sound, and now I get that 50 hertz pure sine wave sound. Yeah, now it's that clear sound. Let me short this one. Okay, now it's that clear sound. So basically, what conclusion I can get from what I've done in the past 3 videos? 1, every electric component, every power supply, especially switching power supply, generates high frequency distortion on the sine wave, and they affect the entire phase, the entire power that they are connected to. The second thing is that not even my pure sine wave inverter can generate a clear sine wave. But I want to try this thing one more time. I want to turn off this thing, power on the inverter, and plug the transformer in. At this point, this thing looks like it's having almost square wave, like how it sounds. I like when I'm getting to high voltage level, I get that pop noise. Now it's basically the same thing. It's the same thing. So probably I really need oscilloscope to test things, but I want to touch these things together. No, it's not the very same thing. This one have a clearly more accurate sound. Tutorials, clear sine wave. Let me show you. On great power it sounds a bit distortioned. It's not a big deal with it, it's almost the same. But on the main thing is that it's almost the same. So yeah, I want to short this thing, but my inverter will enter in protect. Okay, now let's go to inverter surge power. For now I will go over that 300 watts of power to that 3 amps of power draw. So I will go actually near to max surge power. Let's see what happens. Okay, the thing is that it keeps the pure sine wave until it goes to a full load. Actually, in a surge power, for it have a surge power of 600 watts, but that's just for several seconds. So if even I'm going to more than that 300 watts, it still have that pure sine wave, and that's good. But the main thing is that on all power ways, I think, I don't know how to say this, but always I can get some power, I will get it with distortions. So yeah, even on this thing the sine wave is almost the same with the grid power. So yeah, it's kind of good for electronics. For this thing have likely the same sine wave with grid power from what I can hear. I don't have an oscilloscope again to see it on graph, but I think if the sound is more likely for both to be the same, I think I'm getting pure sine wave on this inverter and on my house power supply. Actually, not house power supply, it's house power. Yeah, some distortions from harmonics that are normal, I think. I don't really like them, but I think they are normal. Another thing is that my audio amplifier creates truly, at this point I can say, a true pure sine wave without any distortion on it. And yeah, I think it works better than the other ways, but it's not likely I can complain about it. For it's not a problem, as I said in these videos. It's just an experiment to see where I can get a clear sine wave and how I can test this thing. But this thing that I've done today, it should be a real test without an oscilloscope, just a sound test with a subwoofer and load like transformer to don't have any filters, anything on it. It's just like you put a coil in short or something. Yeah, I know this thing generates some harmonics when I'm touching these wires like this and I'm shorting it. but they are not that big to be a problem. They are just for a second or two, but this thing have a completely constant power drop until it heats up when it's in short. So this video is probably the most interesting one from the entire compilation, I think, from the entire videos with this main subject. For this one is the clear one. I think in this video I showed up the thing that I need to show from the first, and don't make a 20 minutes videos with almost nothing, just to show in the last one a real test. But yeah, please don't try this at home, and I know in a real scenario anyone will don't do this. For even I don't do this what I've done today is just for education purpose only, actually just for this video. For is the first time when I'm doing this, and the most likely the last time. For I don't have any interest to do this every time, so this is just an experiment for you guys. So please comment your opinion, say why this is happening if you know, and why on the grid power or inverter power I don't get that sound like from the amplifier. It's sounding like a small distortion, probably on inverter from switching transistors, and probably on grid power from some harmonics that I'm getting on the sine wave. Again, I can't really show to you, and I can't really test how clear the sine wave is on the inverter or the grid power or the amplifier, but I need to say the sound on amplifier, it's the most clear one I've heard from these three things. So I hope you liked these videos. I will don't do this again. And see you next time. Bye.